Welcome to the stock workout where we flex on the market to make gains. In this video, we're going to be speaking about Ocugen, ticker symbol OCGN. But before I get into it, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because I'm pulling out those bangers. If you saw my video yesterday, you would have saw that I highlighted this double bottom and I highlighted this resistance level at $6.51, and we have broken straight through it. So for those who saw my video yesterday, you would have been aware of these levels that I pointed out. Today we've absolutely smashed it and I'm totally pumped for this stock. They call it power hour for a reason. As you can see, this huge green candlestick here pushed the price from around $7.80 all the way to around $9.50. Post market, we are still up. The price is fluctuating at the minute. Volume has picked up immensely. You can see that volume for the day was 210 million. The average volume for the last 10 days was only 39 million. So it's almost 5 times, 6 times the volume that we've picked up today. And you can see the volume here in the last hour before close. This is that green candlestick here, huge green candlestick. So I do technical analysis on different stocks. If you've got any others you want me to do it on, leave it in the description down below. Subscribe to the channel so I can keep bringing you more content. And let's get into it. So there's a bit of news that came out for Ocugen that I'm just going to highlight to you guys here. And it says there's an opportunity brewing in Ocugen stock, says Analyst. Now this article here basically gives a bit more detail. It reiterates detail that we already know about the efficacy of the vaccine, COVAXIN. Goes on to talk about the phase 3 trials as well. So it has an overall efficacy rate of 78% with 100% success against severe cases of the disease. But this is the bit that we need to know. So it says, with these competitive results in hand, said Roth Capital, can't pronounce that name, but Ocugen believes it has sufficient information to support EUA filing in the US. If granted, this could lead to significant revenue generating opportunity for Ocugen. Then it goes on to say Ocugen's management has said it is now preparing for a US-based push. Jala notes the company has stressed that before being made available to US patients, the initial Bharat batches will undergo test and released at an FDA-approved US facility. But basically, if you scroll a bit further down, and I will leave the link for this article in the description below if you want to have a read of it yourselves. Basically, this analyst from Roth Capital down here, as you can see, Roth Capital, reiterated a buy on Ocugen stock and has a $10 price target for the shares. So it says investors stand to pocket a 37% gain. Today, the gains that we saw today were 42%. Post market were up another 3%. So there were huge gains today, around 45%. Jala's colleagues are even more upbeat, it says, going by the $12.5 average price target. And this price target just came out recently. So as you can see here, price target $10 by Roth Capital. HC Wainwright has $12. Cantor Fitzgerald has a buy rating as well, and it has a price target of $15. So this would have helped push that price higher today, along with the other news. I'll leave the link to the description. I'll leave the link for this article in the description down below. But now let's take a look at the charts. So yesterday, I pointed out this double bottom here. Support was sat at $5.24 and we had pushed up quite high, and the resistance, we were just at the resistance and we needed to break through at around $6.50. After hours yesterday, we did push through that, and today in the trading session we absolutely blew that out of the water. Now we are sat at $9.55 in the after hours of today. So it was a huge day. That double bottom is complete, but what does this mean? So I've got the 21-day EMA pulled up alongside the 50, 100 and 200-day moving averages. I've got the volume and the RSI. Volume I've already mentioned, we absolutely blew it out of the park today. RSI is sat in the overbought territory just due to the huge volume and the massive increase in the price. So we may be looking looking at a slight pullback for the RSI to come down a little bit. But I am not worried about that at all, because there are huge catalysts in line for this stock. The results that came out were interim results. We are yet to hear the final results. They get approval, emergency use approval in the USA. That's another catalyst going to push this higher. The price targets for this as well, as you can see, that the analysts have set them quite higher than they are currently. So where are we at? So the 21-day EMA, yesterday I did mention that it crossed over the 50-day moving average, and I mentioned that we wanted to see it cross over the 100 and 200-day moving averages. Now today that has been done. That's complete. We've completely blown it out of the water. That's why I'm so pumped about this stock. So that's an indicator that we are now in bullish territory. Second point that I do want to make is we had an overall downtrend, and we have now broken through that downtrend. So I'm going to get rid of this previous line of resistance here. Bear in mind that this resistance will act as the immediate support, because if you look at this on a sort of a larger time frame here, you can see that we have been traveling through this channel here. I'll just make it a bit more clear. This channel here, if I move these lines up here, this channel here, so between these 2 points here, I'll just clear up the screen a little bit. Between these 2 points here, so $6 and $7.22, we were traveling through that. Now we did have a double bottom here, and we broke through that. We broke through that channel. We broke through that channel straight up to $9.48. So the first immediate level of support that I would count this to be at is going to be around this $7.22 mark. This $7.22 would be the first line of support, because we have rested and failed to break through that. That was a previous level of resistance. This is the channel that we had been trading in since around the 24th of March all the way up until now. So around the last month, we've been trading in that channel. We've broke through it now. So as you can see, if you take a look now here, I've just drawn this trend line here. If you take a look at this trend line from the peak there, we were setting lower highs. So we had been setting lower highs. We bounced off, we got rejected here. We bounced off that trend line and went further down again. We've been setting lower highs. We have now broke through this descending channel, through this descending trend line. We've broken through that, so that confirms as well we are in bullish territory, along with the double bottom that had been formed. So I think that we are in great territory at the minute. I'm totally pumped for this. Even as I speak, you can see the price is going up to $9.70. This thing is completely bullish, and I don't think anything's stopping it at the moment. I would say this is a complete trend reversal. I would like to accept that a trend reversal has taken place, and there we have it. So your first line of support is at this $7.22 mark until we make another line of support. Now if I get rid of this trend line here, I am going to say that the next level of resistance is going to be around this point over here, this $10.70 point. I'll just draw that on the chart as well. If I just draw around this $10.70, and you'll see why. So if I zoom in a bit here, you can see that previously this has acted like a resistance numerous amount of times. So back here in February, we got rejected here, we rejected it here. We were hovering around that point, but we just kept getting rejected. We were unable to break through that $10.71 mark. We got completely rejected here, bounced off here. So we've bounced off it numerous amount of times. You go a little bit forward as well, go into March, 11th of March, 12th of March, we just completely kept getting rejected again and again, and then we did see a breakdown of the price. So now we are sat at we closed at $9.29. Post market we are $9.78. That, in my opinion, is the first line of resistance, $10.71. That's a level to look out for. That $10.71, because the price action has moved up so fast and so high so quickly, with huge volume as well, there's a huge gap to be filled here. So if we do get rejected from that $10.71 point, we could see the price break down and come back down to this $7.22, which is the first immediate level of support. So there we have it. Your first level of support, $7.22. Your first level of resistance is $10.71. That's the next price. That's the next price point we're looking to break through. So that's it. That's all I have for now. That's my chart analysis for Ocugen. I am totally pumped about this. It completely blew everything out of the water. Brilliant news that's come out with the phase 3 results. Brilliant news with the revised price target from Analyst as well. So there you have it. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.